Hi, this is Michael, and this is my review of the Bose Soundlink III speaker. This is the third in the series of SoundLink speakers, and the claim to fame for this is that they have tweaked the DSP, the digital signal processing. It also claims to be more powerful and has substantially longer battery life. So we'll take this out, take a look at it, and see how it performs. So here's what's in the box. Very simple. You get the Bose Soundlink III and you get the power adapter. Now the power adapter has a 62-inch cord on it. It's about 1 7/8 inches wide. It's about 4 inches tall, and it's about 1 1/8 inch thick. It has a folding plug on it. It's non-polarized, and this operates on 100 to 240 volts, 50 or 60 hertz, so this can be used internationally. And I do like the fact that when this is plugged into the bottom outlet of a wall outlet, it does not stick up too high, so you can still use the plug above it. So that's really nice. Here is the Bose Soundlink III. Now it's just a little bit taller than the previous versions. They did away with the flap, so there's no stand on this. And it's a little bit wider than the old one. Here I've got the Bose Soundlink, the original, this is the Soundlink II, and you can see it's just a little bit wider and just ever so slightly taller. So they did change the size of that. The back has the same ports. It has the auxiliary in. This is a micro USB service port, but it has no function for us. You can't charge by USB. And this is your DC input here. Now there's passive speakers on the back here, and then the front, they have 4 drivers here, 2 on each side. And it really does have a better bass response. They did some tweaking to the digital signal processing, and it's supposed to be a little bit louder, although in my testing it was very marginally louder. Another thing they did with the buttons is that they put a rubberized coating over them. Now the previous SoundLink speakers had little spaces between the buttons, and the buttons were just plastic buttons. But now what they've done is they've put a rubberized coating over them, so it does help protect dust and whatever getting in between the buttons. You've got the power button. This is your Bluetooth button, the auxiliary in button, a mute button, and then the minus and the plus volumes. Now, a lot of times on Bluetooth speakers, you will get some sort of a little beep when you've reached the maximum volume. You do not get that with the Bose. This also does not have handsfree, so it does not have aptX either. So Bose seems to be stuck in their own little sphere of whatever. They have not gotten on the bandwagon with a lot of the newer technologies that other Bluetooth speakers are using. Particularly, I'm surprised that they're not using aptX yet. Here are the indicator lights on the face of the speaker. You've got a Bluetooth indicator here. Now that'll flash when you're in Bluetooth pairing mode. So if I just push and hold the Bluetooth button, that will then start to go into the flashing mode looking for a Bluetooth connection. Then there's the auxiliary button here. So if you want to use the auxiliary in port on the back, you push that button and this will indicate to you that it is an auxiliary mode. Then on the right side, you've got a mute indication to let you know that mute is on, and that'll pulse. And then this is the battery status icon here. When you're plugged into power, that will light to indicate that the battery is charging and the state of charge. Now on the bottom of the speaker, I do notice some contacts here. It's possible that it's going to have a charging base at some point in time, but it did not come with the speaker, and I really don't have any more details on that. You do have 2 rubber feet here to help prevent it from sliding around. I think it really is very attractive, and it's just a very elegant and a very simple design, and I don't miss the fact that it doesn't have the nylon flap. Well, here was the first Bose Soundlink, and this one had this large lid flap that flipped up underneath it and provided the base for it to sit on, and it had a great sound, great typical Bose sound. Then we had the Bose Soundlink II, And actually everything was identical about this as far as outward appearance, except they changed the flap here so that it folded in half, so it didn't stick out quite as far from the back. But really about the only difference they did was they tweaked the digital signal processing a little bit for this one, and some people really thought that improved the sound quite a bit. I was sort of ambivalent on it and thought that it was a marginal improvement at best. And then they came out with the Bose Soundlink Mini, which is actually my favorite little Bose speaker so far. But this is really, for me, the perfect size and sound compromise. And I really think it's a great looking little speaker. So here's the Bose Soundlink III. Now I've got it on maximum volume. I'm just going to back it down 3 clicks to hopefully reduce distortion.
You got to accentuate the positive.
All right, looked like 105 decibels was the peak on that, and so let's compare it to the Bose Soundlink, the original one.
You got to accentuate the positive.
All right, that also showed 105 decibels. And here's the Bose Soundlink II, maximum volume, 3 clicks down.
You got to accentuate the positive.
All right, that also showed 105 decibels. Now the SoundLink Mini coming up. All right, here's the SoundLink Mini, same drill, maximum volume, 3 clicks down.
You got to accentuate the positive.
Wow, well that's quite a performance by the SoundLink Mini. Now it certainly didn't play as loud, but it had a good loudness, and the bass coming out of the small size of that is very impressive. And one more time for the Bose Soundlink III.
You got to accentuate the positive.
Not too shabby. I reduced the volume there because my camcorder is having a problem with the distortion. It's making it sound distorted when it's actually not. So I just wanted to reduce the sound a little bit more of the Bose Soundlink III, hopefully to give you a better idea of the quality of the sound. Well, the bottom line for me is that this is a very nice speaker update to the SoundLink line. It's attractive. It has a marginally better sound. I do like the new buttons. I don't miss the flap. I appreciate the increased battery life. I don't think you need to rush out and get one if you've got one of the previous versions, but if you're still considering the SoundLink and you haven't pulled the trigger yet, this would be a really great one to get. Don't discount the SoundLink Mini either, though. It has quite a punch in a very compact size. This is a beautiful speaker, though. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll answer it if I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day.